Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, let's wait for a few moments so that everyone else can join, and we will begin our webinar within a couple of minutes. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I think we can start our webinar. I will share my screen. Okay. So today we are going to deep dive into smarter field visits. Starts here with Route IQ for Zoho CRM. So with this, we will be able to explore how optimized routes we can be creating and create smart schedules and make seamless navigation with the help of Route IQ. And this specifically helps for the teams who are more engaged with the field visits oftenly. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Syed Salahuddin. I'm a Zoho One developer at Spikra. So today I will be helping you with exploring the root IQ in this webinar. So today's agenda will be um, yeah. So we will begin by understanding why organizations actually need a solution like root IQ. Then we will look at what root IQ is and how it integrates with Zoho CRM. After that, we will explore its core features and rather than only discussing about features, I also prepared a few scenario based examples in this webinar. So we will also explore those as well. And then we will have the mobile app and live tracking capabilities exploration. And then with the final, we will complete with the reports and CRM integration part. So yeah, so begin with the intro to the root IQ. Uh, to put it as a short, a root, it is a tool which helps with optimizing the route for any uh, logistic managements or any kind of field visits or any kind of customer visits and so on. So the scenarios can be many. We can like visualize our own scenarios in these use cases. So let's first understand what root IQ actually is. So root IQ is an like intelligent route optimization and field sales management solution built specifically for the Zoho CRM. So normally when if we take an example, normally whenever a customer information is stored inside CRM, which is customer relationship management, we view it as a row in a list-wise rows and columns manner, right? So for example, leads, contacts, and deals, and so on. But Root IQ transforms that same information into an interactive map view. So now imagine being able to see every customer plotted geographically in the map, right? So instead of wondering where your next appointment is or where your next customer or client visit is going to happen, you can just directly open the Root IQ and it will automatically shows you on where exactly you are going to be or you have to be, right? So it allows you to visualize the customer locations, optimize travel routes, and manage customer visits. So track your field representatives in real time and ultimately improve overall productivity. And to end this, so that rather than spending your time on deciding and checking their addresses in the CRM, you can directly visualize those in this map view in a geological location pings. Right. So up next, the if we have discussed this so far, now the obvious question will becomes like, why do the business actually need this root IQ, right? So there are a few common challenges that have been uh, text under this root IQ implementations. So to list it down few, here are some. So imagine you are a sales representative, right? So you have a six customers meeting scheduled across the city. Before your first meeting even begins, you are already asking yourself which customer should I visit first. So and where the traffic will build us, and how will I reach my next appointment on time or not. So can I fit another customer into today's schedule, or should I have to miss it for today as well and have to postpone it for tomorrow. So like this, most of the scenarios are like most organizations still rely on manual planning. So most of the times, everyone what usually do is open the Google Maps, search one address after another, and try to estimate the best sequence themselves. And unfortunately, that often leads to a longer travel times, right? So increased fuel expenses, missed appointments, and fewer interactions with the client visit or field visits whatsoever. We have these scenarios, right? And managers also face another challenge that they don't always know where the field team is, whether the customer visits actually happening or not, or how oftenly they was utilized with the field visits teams. So that's exactly where the route IQ makes a difference. So instead of manually planning every visit, route IQ intelligently handles route optimization. So this is one of the features we will be discussing as follows. So that the route optimization is a feature that team can focus on building customer relationship rather than navigating traffic and uh, wasting the valuable times throughout the day as a scheduling and planning so far. So now we have understood the problem. So let's see how Root IQ solves it inside the Zoho CRM. So this is a glimpse on how Zoho CRM can be helpful if we have using the Root IQ along with it inside the Zoho CRM. So think of Zoho CRM as the place where all of your business information lives, like your leads, contacts, accounts, deals, and events, and your meeting task and all. All of this information already exists inside your CRM, whereas Root IQ doesn't replace any of that. Instead, it extends Zoho CRM by adding the location intelligence. So it takes those CRM records and converts them into the actionable field operations. From there, the Route IQ allows you to visualize the customer locations on the map using the geolocation pins and all, and then create optimized travel routes and track field activities, generate your reports, and provide a mobile experience for your field executive for the ease of accessing the application. Now that we know where Root IQ fits into the CRM ecosystem, we can move on to the major capabilities that it provides. So most of the major features that Root IQ provides are the map visualization, where it also comes under the color view, explore near me, route planning, and route optimization, and also the ability for multiple usage of devices and having your reports and dashboards, whatever you're wishing for to plan it. So it starts with the map visualization. When we normally open Zoho CRM, customer records appear in a tabular format, right? So in the root IQ, if you are accessing your leads record, so here in this example, where I have utilized the Zoho help docs images, I here it have the leads records utilized in the map view. So when we normally open the Zoho CRM, the record will be like in the rows and column tabular format, right? So while that is easily visualized and helpful, but it doesn't help us understand where our field visit teams have to be located and how we should make them organized or planned throughout the day to make the client or customer. So instead, this route I that completely here, like With map visualizations, every CRM record becomes a location on a interactive map like a pin. So geolocation pin, yeah. Immediately, you begin to understand customer distribution across the cities and territories, where most of our um, uh, considered lead as a customer or a client. So instead of running the reports, you simply look at the map, right? So now this is the feature that is considered as a color view, which is rather than displaying every customers with the same marker, business information for each leads separately. So, for example, in this record, if you can see, the red ones are marked as the today, where the white ones are marked as the yesterday, are the blank ones. And then for the blue ones are the this week's, and brown is for the last week, and as follows. So the same will be compatible with the mobile view as well. So with this help, we can like easily visualize and filter out whatever the leads we are expecting to visit today or tomorrow, or what we have either missed it or completed yesterday, and what we are having in our like pipeline for the next week or the next month or the next year as well. So you can customize your color view options as well. And also there is another option for this color views, which is the representation of the lead status. So depending on the status, you can filter out the leads on the map, where you can able to like for instance example, the red could be representing the hot leads. So if you are going out in a field visit, or either one of your team from the visits team is been out in there and trying to filter out whom to prioritize, he can immediately choose this color view option and like consider click on the red one. The red could represent the hot leads, whereas the orange could represent the qualified leads, and the green one could represent the existing leads, and whereas the blue one could be the follow required list or follow up request. So instantly the sales team in the visits today can filter out that I need to like first prioritize the follow up request leads, so he can filter out only the blue ones. So within the few seconds, the entire map can becomes only the color view depending on your choices you have made. Yeah. Up next is the map view. So far we have looked at how it helps us visualize the customer location. Whereas now let us see how it brings the same map experience with the using the map view feature. So okay, let's make it as an example. Now imagine you are working inside the leads or contacts and deals, many models inside the CRM. Now you would not only see records in a list view, right? With a single click on a map view in the route IQ, it transforms the list into an interactive map. So instead of scrolling through hundred of records, you immediately understand where your customers are located. For example, if I'm a sales manager responsible for Chennai, I can instantly identify where my prospects are concentrated. So this helps answer questions like which area should I visit today, which customer are located close to me or one another, so that once I visit one and then after that I can go near to that customer, right? So I can combine like multiple appointments into one efficient trip without making any drastic time changes or utilizing more consuming more times, right? So another advantage is that MapView respects your CRM filter. So if you apply a view like qualified leads or like today visits, which you need to be visit today only, or it might be delayed, only those records appear on the map depending on your chosen filters. So you are always like working with relevant data without switching between the multiple screens. So it kind of feels the same, only the view is getting better. And up next is the near me feature. So this is one of the e- better feature. Like in the map view with an efficient uh, advantage. So, like I was saying, when we're going to meet a new client or customer, and once you completed your visit and updated the records or uh, your visit details and all, you can imagine or think if you are at the end of the day. Now you can think to close the uh, to close the sessions or today's visits with another, like, one more visit for the customer or client, right? So with additionally for that, you can, like, instantly you can either already use the filters or color view, or else you can also have this near me option, which allows you to search for the records within a selected radius of your current location. So either it could be leads, contacts, or your deals as well, anything that already stored in the CRM. Instead of you planning or deciding whom to check with across your distance, you can just simply mark in the map your decision desired radius circle. So here in this example, it's been showing within the 10 kilometer of radius. So depending on the location, current location, all the other leads are being showed within the 10 kilometer of the radius. So now you can easily decide which customer to be visited more, and also the route IQ can be help with you route planning efficiently, which is one of the feature we are going to discuss as follows. So yeah, this is the another feature, smart route planning. This is where the uh, route planning part automation is being considered earlier. So once you have selected the customers you want to, like, visit, route IQ helps you create the most efficient travel plan. There are two approaches available. One is the manual route planning and another one is the automatic route planning. When calculating the route, route IQ considers the factors such as distance or estimating its estimations on the travel time depending on the traffic or distance, and also depending on the appointment schedule timings. So based on the sequences and based on the approaches, the route IQ intelligence will automatically builds an optimized route for you depending on your start point and your destination. So this not only saves your travel time but also reduces fuel cost and helps your representative complete more visits during the day upon on the target. So let's first look at how manual routing planning works. So with this, there's an option like manual selection. So you just need to create a route manually. Is actually very straightforward. First, we simply select the customer records. So whatever records we would like to visit today, depending on your choice, your desires, you can select those. And next, we have to choose whether this will be a flexible route or a scheduled route. So if you can view in this image, you can have those options in this area. And depending on that, the flexible routes are useful when customers are available at any time during the day. So depending on the customer's visit time or schedule timings, the routes will get customized here. And depending on the scheduled routes are ideal whenever the appointments have fixed meeting timings. So after that, the route IQ will define the starting point and the destination depending on your choices. So for example, here we may begin from the company office and return there after completing all customer visits, right? So most of the time it could be from the same starting point and the destination as well. But also some of the times it could be like you have multiple branches of your organization, so you can start your uh, route travel or visits from one of your organization route starting point, and you can end it at the other organization play point at the destination point. So considering those points, you can select your own start and destination points. So this is how the manual selection will be helpful. And after that, the search record is another option that is being useful in the manual route planning, where instead of manually selecting the customers from a long list, route IQ provides you search options. So this is basically just you need to have like search whoever leads or deals you want to you have in your mind to prioritize first. So you can directly search those and select them manually. So route IQ then immediately locates those record and adds it into your route. So the same process will happen after you search those records. And also a beautiful feature in this route planning is that you can use the laser tool. So laser tool is basically we have seen in the photoshopping tools, which is used to circle around an portion of area where it will select based on your scribbling, and after those selection it will basically optimally creates an radius of circle, and depending on those radius it will show you the selective records which are comes under your radius. So this is how the laser tool will be helpful. And with that, the manual route planning is completed. And here with the automatic route planning is another approach, whereas you have to first enable it with the work of the meeting module in the Zoho CRM. So for that must be enabled by each users in the route IQ account, so by which the automation will be enabled in each user's account, and for every day at 1 a.m. it will create an efficient routing depending on your selections automatically. So this is how the automatic route planning will be helpful. So we can move on to the next one feature in this route IQ. So far we have explored that the features individually. Now let's bring it together and have an example, right? So initially we have discussed a scenario with this that we will be discussing now. Let's say we have a practical example. So we are basically based on Tamil Nadu, Chennai. So I'm going with that scenario. So let's imagine there is a company ABC Pharma Private Limited, where we have the our representative, sales representative Arun Kumar, and his territory to make the field visits or customer visits or client visits, whatever we can consider in this scenario, is in within the Chennai. So for today's target, he is supposed to make the field visits with these pharmacies, and those are alternatively all placed based in this areas within the Chennai city, right? So now we can like use the route IQ. We can directly select those five field visit places among this territory. It will easily shows our geolocation pinpoints. Whereas here you can see it's comes under the list of fleets, and I have selected all those within here with the checklist, and those have been marked over here. So based on this, if we can just create route, it will redirect us to select the start and end points. So here's where I have selected the start point as the Gindi, which is one of our branch located in the organization. And starting here, it have make the decisions optimal route. So here, if you can see from the Gindi, it will go to Vadapalani, and then it will go for T Nagar, and then you can go for the Nungambakam, and after that you can come again back with the Alvapet, and based on the another field visit near with Kilkatale and Velacheri in the mid of that, and you have to return again for the Velacheri, where is another branch of this organization. So based on the optimal route and route planning feature, it have decided this route will be the most efficient one because of the uh, closeness of each field visits placed among here, right? So this is one of the scenario use case where it helps this organization to make field visits even more efficient and optimal. So up next we will have a take a look with the mobile app and live tracking. So since everything like we have seen so far is also available on the web application, but most of the field visits members shall not be able to access the uh, personal computer or laptop everywhere outside, right? So for that, the root iq is also made available this application with the mobile application in the play store. So this is the application that your field representative or any representatives who have field visits often will use throughout their working day. So let's follow this workflow here. Uh, the workflow is goes like you, you need to start the navigation point, the sales member I'm specifically mentioning. He needs to start the route and make the check-in. So depending on the his location, the check-in will be happen. And depending on the field visits, each field visits, he can go some field visits and make the notes. And also if any attachments like photos, videos and so on can also be added. And then once he is completing for the day target of the field visits, he can easily check out, and all these notes and attachments will be easily updated with the CRM automatically. Let's look at one of the features that managers appreciate the most is smart check-in and checkout and the live tracking feature. So one common concern in field operations is that ensuring that customer visits are genuine or not, right? So Root IQ addresses this, and through GPS-based validations, the representatives can be restricted from checking in unless they are actually within the permitted distance of the customer location. So this creates the greater accountability and improves the accuracy of field activity records. In addition, where managers receive real-time visibility into the day operation with the real-time tracking. So managers can monitor the live location or current location of representatives and route progress and their complete visit status and pending visit status and their travel time and distance covered so far and their historical route playback. So this means like manager no longer need to call representative throughout the day asking where are you, when will you be visiting and completing today's target, or have you completed it or not, when will you reach the next appointment, and so forth. So all this information is available directly from the Root IQ dashboard with this smart check-in and real-time tracking features. So now we move with the reports option. So once field activities are completed, the Root IQ doesn't stop with just navigating and showing you the map view, color view, and all. It also provides some meaningful business insights through reports and dashboard uh, options enabled within. So managers can compare planned visits against actual visits. They can analyze mileage, travel time, route efficiency, and customer coverage. So, for example, they can quickly identify which representative completed the highest number of visits, or who traveled the longest distance, or which routes are consuming more travel time. So, with this reports, they can like have easy insights which are helpful for organization uh, improve field productivity while reducing operational costs. So, up next, we'll be having the uh, steps to be covered for the CRM integration. So one of the biggest advantage of Route IQ is that it works seamlessly with Zoho CRM, right? So there's no need to maintain a separate customer database where you can simply choose the CRM models you want to integrate with this. So for instance, like leads, contacts, account deals, or events, which is the meeting task, and even the custom modules as well. So during this integration process, RouterQ maps the address fields from your CRM records Once the mapping is completed, those records become available for your visualizations and route planning and tracking. This flexibility allows organizations to use Route IQ across different departments, not just your sales department. So, whether it field service, delivery management, inspections, or customer support, the same platform can be adapted to suit different business purposes. And here are the steps to be considered for the Route IQ setup in the CRM. So, once you visit the CRM, you can able to view this marketplace option, and inside it you can able to check and install the Root IQ for the Zoho CRM. So once you installed it, you can able to have the setting option, under which you can able to view the option integrations, and under integrations you can able to view the Zoho CRM. So with this Zoho CRM integrated, you can able to select the models that have been ported your own CRM. So once the module is selected, then you can able to view the number of leads that are currently present in those module, and as well can select the type of the integration. So if you need it as a whole module or only for a specific use. So this is where we have been discussed that your customized filters can also be helpful here. And after that, you might need to map the address type over here. So depending on the address type and the fields mapping, the exact records will be populated in the geolocation for the map view or color view and all. And yeah, so the integrations is not just stopping with that. The Root IQ is also have some additional integration parts where you can integrate it with the Zoho Expense, where you can able to manage to track down the mileage expenses depending on the route planning and field basis and so on. And you can also enable it and use it with the Google Maps, Apple Maps, and Waze Maps. So yeah, and this brings us to the end of our today's webinar. So I hope this webinar has given you a practical understanding on how Root IQ can help your organization improve the field productivity or optimize your travel and manage customer visits and more, right? So rather than spending your time planning the routes manually, you can focus on what matters most: building your relationships with the customers or clients and delivering better service. If you're already using this OCRM and have a field sales or service team, Route IQ is definitely worth exploring. So thank you all for taking the time to join today's webinar. I truly appreciate your participation and attention. If you have any questions about Root IQ implementation or anything else regarding the Zoho One products or any kind of Zoho products, or any in your business use cases, or how it can fit into your organization, we are happy to help to answer those. So you can contact us or reach us out with the mail ID or contact number, and you can also view our other webinars and videos in this YouTube channel. So yeah, once again, thank you all for your valuable time.